Hello, 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 sellers. How are you? I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in. We're going to talk about how to sell on eBay and make money. And I'm going to have tips for new sellers just starting to sell on eBay so that you make money right from the get-go. And then more advanced tips for my intermediate and advanced sellers. So come on in. Come on in. We're going to have so much fun today. So I was thinking about this. I was like putting on my thinking cap, thinking about when I first started selling on eBay. So for my new sellers, and certainly as advanced sellers, we can do this too, is making money on eBay. The number one tip is you make your money with what your buy is, with what your cost is for your item. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't spend money. So this is for my intermediate advanced people, is sometimes you'll need to spend $50, $100 or more, but then the item sells for several $100 or more. So it doesn't necessarily always mean about getting items for free or low cost. That's certainly nice when that happens, especially when it's low cost and free and you make a lot of money on it. But not necessarily, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can be too frugal, which is the item is very low cost, but you're not making any money on it. So it's like, oh, this isn't such a great idea. So sometimes it's worth it to spend the money. And the way you know that is by doing a little bit of research. And that's what we're going to be looking at. But for my new sellers that are just starting, welcome to eBay. And what I encourage you to do, and I'm sure my experienced sellers will chime in on this, is don't buy anything. Is start with what you have on hand. And you'd be surprised with what you have on hand. Okay. So go through your closets, go through your drawers, look at your shoes, look at your clothes, but also look at other items, look at collectibles. Go in your kitchen, look at utensils, look at appliances. Sometimes the parts to the appliance can sell like you're getting rid of I just did this a coffee maker. It's not working anymore, but the capsule holder, if it's a capsule machine, or the frothing attachment, all the attachments that go with appliances, oftentimes they will sell for very nice prices. Go through things you're not using that are new with tags. Actually, a couple months ago, sold some shoe horns that my husband had bought and had never used. They were perfectly good, really nice and new, and they sold almost immediately. So now I know that shoe horns sell on eBay. But look at your things that are new, that are nice. You might have vintage collectibles. You might have things that you've inherited, that it's just not your style. It's just not something you're going to use. And by selling it on eBay, you're finding a wonderful home for it. You're keeping it out of the landfill and you're making some nice money. So the first thing I say for my new sellers is sell what you have on hand. And also for my intermediate advanced sellers, if things are a little bit slow, it can be worth it to go through your personal items, go through your sneakers and your shoes and your clothing and your remotes. Excuse me, I got something on my eye. Your remotes, earbuds. I had some earbuds from cell phones, the wired ones. I actually have a. God, I really did get something in my eye. It's like, what is it, a hair or something? The wired buds. I actually have a pair here just in case I ever need them. But I had a couple because back in the old days, the phone people would send you earbuds with your phone when you bought them. And I had several that I just hung on to because from traveling, I'm sure this has happened to you, you lose them. You leave them in the airport, you leave them in the hotel, you leave them in the Airbnb, whatever it is. So I always had backups because they came with the phone. I just hung on to them figuring, well, if I lose them, I've got another pair. Well, I don't use the wired earbuds anymore, but sure enough, they sell on eBay because there are people that use wired earbuds. So again, it could be electronic accessories and you're going, I just don't use this. And just because you don't use it doesn't mean somebody else won't use it. But what I wanted to share about, and this is a tip that's good for my newer sellers, also intermediate and advanced, is yes, Christmas sells year round. Yes, Halloween sells year round. And if you don't know this, because actually somebody was asking me a question about this, fall sells year round sweaters, winter sells year round. Why? Because people have all different climates around the United States, and also because many of us are shipping internationally. But with that in mind, it's also good to think about what is the big season in the United States or wherever you're selling. And right now, hey, Vicki, how are you? We are late June, going into July. And for a lot of people, it's the perfect time to go to the pool, to the lake, go boating, enjoy some water sports. And it's a very good time to be listing bathing suits. And I bring this up again, my newer sellers and my more experienced sellers, is it might be time, besides sourcing bathing suits, which I highly recommend you doing, and I've sold quite a few over the years, also go and look at your personal bathing suits. Now, you cannot sell used underwear, underpants on eBay. You can sell bras, just to let you know, and you can sell used, of course, nice, clean bathing suits. So go through your personal collection. And obviously the brand name is going to help you, like a Speedo, like a Jansen. But above and beyond that, also the style will help you because certain styles will be really trending. So if I'm going through my bathing suits, my family's bathing suits, it's time to prune, or maybe you're like, you know what? It's just time for a new bathing suit. So let me sell some of my other bathing suits to make way for the new bathing suits. And also, if you don't know this, because years ago I did this, vintage bathing suits also do nicely when you come across them. Vicky's saying, surviving after knee replacement surgery. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, though. And I know that's a very successful surgery. So my prayers are with you, and just all the best with the rehab. And yes, watching selling videos is perfect rehab when you're getting yourself back into shape from a knee replacement surgery. So nice to see you, Vicky. So back to bathing suits. And soon you'll be in a bathing suit too, Vicky, right? Is go onto eBay. And this is the best thing to do. So let me just go here. And is this, I think this is the page I want. Yes. So all I did was I went on eBay, and I'm keeping this very, very simple. And again, for my more intermediate advanced sellers, you can certainly use Terapeak to do some product research. But I just wanted to search on eBay, because when you're sourcing or when you're going through your closets and your drawers, you really want to watch your time. So that's why I like to just do an eBay search. Like, are what I'm thinking about selling listed? Like, are there any others listed? And get an idea of prices, colors, style. I'm just sort of like getting a general impression. So sure enough, I just, all I did was search Jansen swimsuit. So when I'm trying to get an idea of like, does this sell? Are there other listings? How much competition do I have? I search very broadly. I don't search color. I don't search size. Just want to get a general idea of sort of what does the landscape look like. And when I do this, there's over 1,900 Jansen bathing suits listed, okay? And I searched by newly listed. And, oh, hang on. I think this is, yeah, hang on. The newly listed. And for those of you, if you don't know, when you are searching on eBay, and let me just make sure this shows, there's a drop-down menu. So you can search by, and that's over here, sort by, ending soonest, newly listed, price and shipping lowest first, price and shipping highest first, distance nearest first. And I searched newly listed because what I wanted to see was just sort of, what's up there right now, okay? And again, nice variety, a lot of blue. I'm like, okay, obviously blue very popular. We got floral, we got yellow. I did not separate men from women. I love this green neon one. Okay, so a lot of variety. Okay, a lot of variety with the Jansen. We've got a lot of one-piece bathing suits, but I'm also seeing tops. Here's a bikini. So again, nice variety, quite a few listed. So that's the first thing you do. Again, I'm going through my closets, my personal possessions, or I'm out shopping. Let's say I come across the motherload of bathing suits. This happened to me once at a Salvation Army. I was like, oh my goodness. And a department store must have just donated. I was like, a lot of new with tags. But that being said, just because it's new with tags doesn't mean it's going to sell on eBay. Just because it looks nice to my eye doesn't mean it's going to sell on eBay. That's why you need to go and search. Is it listed? And then not just is it listed, does it sell? And I'm saying this, yes, for my newer sellers, but also my intermediate advanced, because sometimes we will fall victim to, it's so pretty, it's so cute, or it sold for me several years ago. But again, the focus today is on how to sell on eBay and make money. And yes, there are items, they're called long tail items, like a vintage. If I came across a vintage, I'm just making this up, a vintage Jansen bathing suit for, let's say, just for a few dollars, and I knew there was a good shot with a vintage, it's going to take me a little bit longer to sell, but a good shot, I would get $40, $50 for that. Yes, I would buy it because eventually I'm going to make money, but I'm probably going to have to sit on it for a little bit because the vintage, it's just going to take a little bit longer to sell rather than sort of the younger, trendier kind of items. Okay. So that's something for you to think about. Do I want to make the money right away or can I sit? And for most sellers, it's good to have a blend. I want some things that are going to flip pretty fast. And then because I have that income coming in, right, is that I'm okay then with some items that are more long tail that I can take more time. Okay. Okay. My daughter told me she just wants to sell on eBay. Oh, that's great. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You have her come visit the video. Will absolutely help her. Plus, she has you to help her, Vicki. So I'm going through my closets. I'm going through my drawers. I'm at the Salvation Army, the Goodwill bins, wherever it is. I see, and I'm going to focus on swimsuits, but this could be true for anything. I see like the mother load of the certain item. And this is literally what I did when I was at the Salvation Army. I pulled the ones that looked interesting to me. I put them in my shopping cart. And I'm sure you've heard this. You hear a siren in the background. That's New York. I put a blanket or a towel over it because I don't want somebody else coming along and grabbing the items out of the cart. And then I run over to a corner and I sit down with my phone and I start to research. And I want to take a look at what they sold for. I'm seeing what I'm going to have to pay to get them and what they sold for. You know, is this style? How does it sell? This size and also the pattern. Don't forget the pattern. Because it could be that the solid really sells, the floral doesn't. The floral really sells, the solid doesn't. The one of them was like neon polka dots. Neon polka dots sells, stripes don't sell. So always check your pattern too. Okay. So lots of Jansen bathing suits. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, do they sell? Because they're listed and a lot of nice variety. But do they sell? Because that's always the big question. And I'm also looking for something that sells pretty quickly because I want to get my money. And if you're selling your personal items too, it's like, especially when you're new, you want to list and you want to sell things that are going to sell pretty fast because you want to start to get the feedback. You want to get the experience shipping, the experience selling. So again, it's fine to have some things that might take a little bit longer to sell, but especially when you're new, you want to get selling and shipping and selling and shipping and selling and shipping, because you want to make sure that selling on eBay is a fit for you. So let's take a look at, do these sell? And I believe it's this screen. Yes. Now, I should show you how to get here. So hang on just a second. So what you do is upper right-hand corner, and again, you can use Terapeak, my intermediate advanced people. Everybody has Terapeak. All the way to the right, and you can do this on the app too, by the way. It just looks a little different. All the way to the right, you see advanced. It's in incredibly small writing. When you click that, and hang on, see if it's going to pop it in the thing or if I have to. Yeah, it did. Oh, yay, eBay. Okay. When you do that, it pops you to this screen. This is called advanced search. Now, what I do is I click completed. You notice there's completed or sold. The reason I click completed rather than sold is I want to see if it sells. If it doesn't sell, the price will be in black. If it does sell, the price will be in green. So let's take a look at that and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're clicking completed. We scroll down. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. But all we're caring about is that. And let's see if, yes, it does. Okay, great. First of all, that green and blue was so pretty. See the green price, $34.99. It sold. Okay, yay. Now, interesting, the vintage Jansen swim trunks sold. Okay. The one piece didn't. The blue, so you can see, not everything sells. Pretty polka dots sold. Skirts sold. One piece sold. Another skirt sold. So I go, okay, let me see if I've got any skirts in the drawer, right? Or if I'm at the Salvation Army Goodwill bins, do we have any skirts? And this is interesting. These two blue, very similar, and I bet they're pretty much the same bathing suit because, boy, they look alike. Now it's interesting. Look at the price. One was $39, best offer was $6.65 shipping. The other $25 with free shipping. And then I go and look, is it really, is it the same or not? Because I just can't tell. Okay, removable lining, just very, very interesting. And then over here, the bra sold. Not for that much money, $4.49. But you know what? If I'm cleaning out my closet and I just want to get rid of it, $4.49 is fine. I made a few bucks and it goes out the door. So again, you're looking at the green writing, it's sold. But those two blue suits, I would definitely click on them and take a look at it and see if I can figure out why one went higher. They are two different sizes, and that can be it sometimes. It can be the size. The one size is just always, always, always goes for a higher price, and the other size goes for a lower price, okay? So it's not, again, they look very much the same color and style, but the difference is the size. So I go and look at that. I'd also look at seller feedback. I look at their return policy. All of that can be an indication. But the reason we're looking at this, so now I go, yes, bathing suits, Jansen bathing suits sell. A lot of blue suits. Let me go dig around my bathing suits and see what I have, my family's bathing suits, because absolutely they sell on eBay. So it's like, okay, step one, I'm going to do a good buy, which is I'm culling through my personal items, or I'm at a Salvation Army or Goodwill bins and I'm getting the suits for a good price. Yes, this sells. Then I'm going to look at the colors and the styles and the sizes to decide what I'm buying. Okay. And the other thing I want to point out is, and we're going to scroll back up, is a lot of these sellers have done some very, 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 so look at this, slimming. So this is obviously a slimming one. There's some kind of slimming panel in here. Good keyword. People search for that. They search for slimming bathing suit. Okay. Now this one didn't sell, but the seller gave good keyword. It's a tiered bandeau. That's what the top looks like. Okay. And high neck. Okay. It's a high neck suit. This one didn't sell. This one did sell. Okay. Faux wrap, which is the style in the front, black polka dot. So you go, okay, Kathy, I've got this bathing suit, but I'm not really hip on all these names of these styles. One is you go through and see if you see a similar suit. And the other thing you can do is to go on the internet. There's a lot of good, in fact, let me just show you what I found. There's a lot of fun style stuff. This is true for dresses. This is true for shirts, for jackets. Everything is just hop on the internet and just search. And what I searched was swimsuit styles. And look at this. We got bikini, bandeau, halter, tankini, okay? All different kinds of styles. And that was just from a very simple internet search, okay? Because they could be searching tankini if people are looking for a specific kind of suit, bandeau. So that bandeau tier didn't sell, but it wasn't because the seller hadn't done their homework and used good keywords, because you want people to be able to search and find the item. So to sell on eBay and make money, one is certainly can sell your own items, but you don't want to, this is the mistake that some newer sellers do, but experience can do it too, because sometimes we're just in a rush, is check to see if it sells. It could be a great item. I'm sure we've all got stories like this. I remember, again, Salvation Army, because there's a big one near me. I looked at this item. It was boutique. It was great. It had the label, but it was I think it was a very boutique-y thing. Like it wasn't like a big brand name. It wasn't a Lululemon leggings. It wasn't a Michael Kors purse. And just there was none of the brand on eBay. And I even searched Google for the brand. It wasn't there. So I don't know if it was a private label just for that boutique. I don't know what it was. I passed it by. The retail tag said like $2 and change, and I think I could have gotten it for $3. But you know what? I didn't see the brand anywhere. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go buy that. But like with the Jansen, a lot of different styles sold, different sizes sold, different colors sold. So then it's getting an idea of the prices, taking a look at keyword choices that people are making. If I'm not familiar with the different styles for the dress shirts I'm listing, the cufflinks I'm listing, the sneakers I'm listing, whatever it is, I can search on the internet for some good keywords, okay? Because the keywords really help to drive the search, right? Because as you could see, If I'm going to list a Jansen bathing suit or a Speedo bathing suit or a lot of other great bathing suits, I'm up against hundreds and hundreds of other sellers that are also selling similar wonderful items. And for me to stand out is I want to write a listing, whether I'm a newer seller or a more experienced seller, that has really good keywords, because the keywords are what eBay's picking up on search, because I'm searching the bandeau bathing suit. I'm searching a slimming bathing suit. I'm searching the polka dot. I'm searching a polka dot bathing suit. You would think that, well, that's so obvious that somebody would put polka dot in the title. Not always. I was working with somebody the other day, and it was a polka dot. I'm trying to think if it was a blouse. I think it was a polka dot blouse, and they hadn't put it in the title, and it was a mini polka dot. So you do want to call that out, because sometimes it's not always super visible from the picture because the polka dots are so small. So yes, you do want to call that out. That is an important keyword. I've got a great guide for you all about keywords. It's called Keyword Domination to Explode eBay Sales. It's over 30 pages. It is all about keywords. It's half off for a few days. So if you hop over to my website, ilovetobselling.com, you can grab it for half off. A portion of the proceeds go to my eBay buddy Lorianne Wong's food pantry that helps people in need in the Atlanta, Georgia area. But you want to grab this because I explain all about keywords, why they're so important. I give different examples of titles for a lot of different kinds of items. You have lists of keywords, but it just gets you going to really understand why they're important. And the reason they're important is because this is the way eBay indexes your item so it can be found in search. So when someone's searching the bandeau bathing suit, when they're searching the tankini, when they're searching the slimming bathing suit, in that size that you've listed, they will find your item and buy it. It's not always about how many views you have. It's the right views, and you get the right views with the right keywords. So the person who wants that bandeau bathing suit will find yours and buy it. If they're searching for a designer purse, they will find that designer purse. Okay. Your keywords matter. It's literally like the direction. It's the direction for the traffic to your item. So hop over to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, and grab your copy of Keyword Domination to Explode eBay Sales. You will love it. It will help you sell, sell, sell. Bye-bye. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling.